Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to a new video as well. Today I'll show you exactly how to create a RAG application within couple of minutes. And for this, we'll be using couple of solutions which are again IBM software solutions that I've already spoken about before. They will be namely the Watson X Assistant, then we have watsonx.ai and Watson Discovery as well. If you want to know more about them, then I have done some previous videos upon each one of them in depth, covering what are their capabilities as well as demonstrating its capabilities with the help of a use case as well. So I'll provide all the links to them. If you want to have a deep down understanding of each and every solution, then you can do that as well. The links will be mentioned in the description box. But never mind, even if you are not aware about all these solutions, it does not matter. I will show you a very quick and easy method to utilize all these solutions and then create an application of your own very easily. Let me take you through the architecture first. So basically, this is the architecture that we'll be following, and this is how the tools will act, and what are the steps it will take in order to respond back to the user is what I've shown here. Let's start from the beginning itself. Now, for example, it can be a user that is asking any question. It can be me, it can be you guys, anybody. So first of all, a user is asking a question in the form of a prompt, right? Now this prompt will be received by a watsonx assistant, which is like a virtual assistant, or you can also call it as chatbot, even though it is a little bit different. But let's say you can consider it as a chatbot, which is residing on a website, right? We'll be using assistant like that, right? We'll be using this particular chatbot as a interface for the entire communication that I'll be showing you today. So basically, your question will be asked to this chatbot, and this chatbot will give you a response. But behind this entire response, retrieval or the answer, kind of access, there are a lot of steps that goes behind the scenes. That is what I've shown in this particular architecture. So the Watson X assistant will get your prompt or the question. After receiving the question, what it will do is that it will try to fetch the data related to the question that you have asked. Okay. To do that, it will go to the Watson Discovery part, which is our knowledge repository. And in the knowledge repository part, all the data of the company or the individual user is collected and is stored. Once the information which the particular prompt is asking or the prompt is connected to is fetched, it will give you a ranked result. So a ranked result is like, for example, let's say if it finds multiple responses which are related to the question that the user is asking, then it will give them those responses couple of ranks. It will break those responses into multiple chunks and give it give them certain ranks and numbers, okay, in simple words. This ranked results will be then received by the Watson X assistant, and then the Watson X assistant will do is that it will send the response, that it will send the prompt along with the ranked response or the matching response to the prompt to the watsonx.ai solution. Okay, this watsonx AI solution is the solution which has the generative AI capabilities along with the traditional capabilities as well. Okay, so it will receive that particular prompt along with the matching responses, and then it will generate a relevant response. Looking at that ranked result, it will find out what is the most relevant response, and it will give a response accordingly to the watsonx assistant part. And the assistant that then will respond will that reflect that particular response on the chat part itself, and the user will be able to fetch the response that it is looking for or fetch the answer to the question that they are trying to find. I hope the entire architecture is clear. Now, without wasting any further time, let me take you to the practical demonstration of this entire tool or application in simple words. I'll go to the IBM Cloud. Okay, in the IBM Cloud, I already have certain instances which are active. I'll just show it to you guys. So basically, we'll be using Watson X Assistant. We'll be using Watson Discovery. We'll also be using the Watson Machine Learning instance as well, along with Watson X.ai that I will also show you how to sort of fetch and activate at the same time. So we'll start with Watson Discovery first. Let me open Watson Discovery. But before we go to the discovery part, let me show you the the particular document that we'll be scanning. So I'll just go to my YouTube channel first, and then let me search. So once I go to my channel, there is a blog website that I already have that you guys can also go through. So it's on Blogspot, and the name is My Technotherapy. So from here, I will just open this particular blog, and we'll be fetching all the sort of data from this particular web page, okay, and we'll be seeing what sort of responses it gives, okay. So we have images in the form of tabular data along with text data in sort of fed into it, and along with it we also have other data. For example, even this particular calculation, right, this particular formula as an image format. Okay, we'll see if we are able to extract it with the help of the RAG demonstration that we are going to build right now. So let me close this particular YouTube channel, and let's open Discovery first. So this is how the Discovery instance will open. We'll launch this particular software. Okay. Once this particular application, once this particular software opens, what we'll do is that we'll create a new project, and let me name it RAG demo 77, for example. Okay. What type of activity we'll be doing is that we'll do document retrieval. Then I'll click on next. Then we can either provide a document which is present on our peripheral systems directly in any of this format, or else we can also do a web crawl. That's what we are going to do. Apart from the web crawl, there are other options from where you can retrieve the data very easily. You can access it very simply and in an effective manner, but we'll do web crawling. So I'll select this web crawl option, click on next, and then just scroll down and provide the link. I'll provide the website link over here. I'll add it very easily. It's very simple. And then we'll scroll down. We'll check the connection settings, which is not required. We will require optical character recognitions because we'll have to fetch data from the image also. Okay, any sort of text data from images as well as from tables as well. So we'll click on OCR. We'll turn this particular activity or this particular feature on as well, and click on finish. Okay. Till the time it sort of loads the entire data, what I'll do is that I'll quickly go to the IBM Cloud part again, and now I'll activate the watsonx.ai instance. So click on launch. It'll take you to the watsonx.ai software solution, and over here what I'll do is that I'll quickly create a new project. So I already have a Rushabh sandbox. It's another project that is there by default. uh, and then I'll create something called as rack demo 77. Okay. And I'll not give any demo description. If you want to give something, then you can do that. I'll click on create, and after clicking on create, it'll take a couple of seconds for the project to be created. Here you can see the project is created. The name is rack demo 77. I click on manage. We'll go to the service and integration part. Click on associate service. Now we'll be associating the Watson machine learning service. Okay, because it has all the machine learning and AI capabilities over here. So let's select it swiftly and then click on associate. We'll see Watson machine learning appearing over here. Now click on general and just let it be. We'll click on manage. Okay, and we'll just let it be over here. Now quickly, what I'll do is that I will go to IBM Cloud, as we also require API calls, right? To sort of I'll say access the different solutions, okay, on Watson assistant part. So let me first sort of get the API key. I'll go to IAM, manage access IAM, and then click on API keys. Once you click on API key, I already have one key which I had created before. Let me delete it quickly. And even if you have multiple keys already mentioned over here, you can also create a new one from here. Let's name this again React Demo 77. Okay, and click on create. What I'll do is that I'll copy this particular API key and download it at the same time. Okay, you can copy it from here very easily. the name is API key 13. Okay. I'll get back to this particular part again, but now let's go to Watson assistant part. Okay. Let me go to the resource list. Once you go to the resource list part, we'll open the Watson X assistant. Let me take it the beginning, and we also have to launch this particular software. So let me launch this particular instance as well. Once this instance opens up, it will also open up any pre-existing project that you have. You can create a new one from here. If you are creating it for the first time, then it will start from scratch, so you don't have to worry about it. I'll name it rag demo 77 again and create the assistant. Once you create the assistant, it will take a couple of seconds for it to reflect. It will show the success pop up over here. Click on cross, go to the action parts. There are no actions or inbuilt actions over here, okay, or a pre-existing action which is already available. You can create something from scratch, or else for example, in this particular instance, I already have created a couple of JSON files in the form of actions. So I'll just be uploading them. So over here, you can click on upload and download, uh, and then select the file by browsing it from your own system. I click on desktop, and then what I'll do is that I will take this rack demo action file that I've already created. So there are again pre-existing actions which I had created over here. Once it is loaded out here, I mean, once it gets loaded on the application, click on upload and replace. It will then upload it to this particular instance as well. Shows the success remark out here. Click on cross and then click on close. You can see that there are a couple of over here there is no error. The status is fine over here, but with the invoke watsonx generation API and the search part, you can see that there are some errors, which shows that one extension is missing and all that. So the generation part is done by the watsonx. The generation part is done on the assistant end, where the responses will be received and it will give you an answer. watsonx generation API is the part where watsonx.ai takes place. I mean, the activities go from here. The search part is connected to the discovery part very easily. Okay. So now let me take you to the each and every part, and let's fix all of these issues. What I'll do is that I will click on this particular instance, but before that, what I'll do is that I will provide the extensions. I'll go to the integration part, and once you reach this particular integration part, just scroll down. You'll find this particular option of extension. Just click on build up extension, and we'll create two new extensions now. Let me name it Watson AI for the AI part. Okay. And you can provide a description if you want to. I will not provide anything right now. And I also have another JSON file with the AI API call. Okay, the Watson X AI API call. So I'll click on next, and then what I'll do is that I'll click on finish. Once you do that, just scroll down and click on add plus, and then we will have to add the extension over here. So if you remember, we already had also downloaded something, if you remember. Let me quickly show it to you now. Let me go to downloads, and then we already had downloaded one API key. So let me open it. Let us open it in the form of notepad. I hope you are able to see this particular notepad. Okay, I'll just copy this particular uh, you know API key from here, and what we'll do is that we'll just straight away paste it over here. So where was I? So over here we have to paste the API key. I'll paste it very easily, and then you just have to click on next, and then finish. Okay, so we have added the API key and created an extension for the AI part. Now let me create another extension for the Watson discovery part. Just click on next. just name it Watson Discovery. Okay. And then click on next. We'll again provide the JSON file for this one as well. Discovery open JSON file, and then click on open over here again. And then click on next. Scroll down, everything is fine. Click on finish. Similar to the previous one, we also have to add the API key. So click on add API key. And then what we'll do is that we'll go to the Watson discovery part. There are again all these API keys mentioned over here. Just copy from here and then go to this part. We click on next. We'll select the base authentication option. We'll provide the name as, let's say, as API key. Okay. And what I'll do is that I'll provide the password from here, and we'll also copy this particular URL. Okay. Let me copy this URL and first paste it over here. Okay, I'll just paste it over here and we'll just copy this particular part. We don't want the HTTPS part. Okay, we'll copy this part and then we'll go back to the integration end and we'll just replace this particular part with the one that we have copied just now. After doing this, just click on next. Okay, and click on finish. This is done. Now let's go back to the action part. Over here, you'll still see that there is one error that is still popping up. What I'll do now is that it shows that one missing extension still now. Let's see what is the error. We'll click this part and then what we'll do is that we'll click on use an extension and then edit extension. Let's see. Okay, it's not able to find it out. Never mind. We'll click on watsonx.ai. Okay, click on the generation part. And then it asks for certain questions. I mean, to set this parameters to certain things that we already have in place. So what I'll do is that I'll just quickly search Watson API version. We'll click on model input. Okay, just follow the steps even if you are unaware about what it means. It does not matter. Okay, until unless your entire RAG application is working fine. And then Watson project ID. I'll also click on optional parameters, and what we'll do is that we'll add few more things. We'll click on max, model parameters, and then min as well. Okay, click on apply. Okay, all these extensions will appear over here. Just cross check everything is fine. Yes, yes, yes. It's good to go. Now just save it. Okay, save it and click on Watson X Assistant once again. Once you click on it, go to the action part. I think it should work. Okay. Still now, one more step is left. So click on created by you. We'll go to the discovery project ID over here, and then what we'll do is that we'll go to the Watson discovery part. Where was it? Over here. This is the Watson discovery option that we had already. I mean, this particular project we had created, if you remember, where we had sort of given the access to this particular web page. We had provided the web page link and everything. Over here, only go to integrate and deploy. Click on API information. Copy this part and paste it here in the initial value part. Click on save. Similarly, we have to do it for Watson X project ID. Okay, we'll go to the watsonx.ai. Let me see where it was. I think this is the watsonx.ai. Yes, it is this one itself. So in the general part in manage section, you'll find the project ID. Copy it from here. Go back to the assistant part and then replace it with this value. Click on save. It is good to go now. Okay. Now what we'll do is that we'll go to action part. And now if you see this particular, particular block that I have, there are different, datas over here. What I'll do is that I will try to fetch this information, the standard equation of the regression line. Okay. And this particular formula is present in the image. If you can see, okay, it's a JPG image that I have already inserted over here in my blog, followed by the data which is there on the document. Okay, or on the web page. Let me ask it a simple question. We'll click on preview. the chatbot appears, okay, or the assistant appears. It's actually a virtual assistant, but you can also call it as a chatbot. Does not matter. So what is the standard equation of regression line? Let me ask this question. What will it do is now is that it will go to the search part, that is the AI part. It will search from here. Sorry, it will go to the discovery part first in the search section, and then it will go to the invoke watsonx generation API. That is the AI part. It will go to the generative AI capability part. It will use the LLM models. It will start ranking the results and then give you a very efficient response. See, it's able to fetch the data which is there in the image format. It will fetch the information, the text data from that image very easily, and then it will also give you the response. Okay. See, the standard equation is mentioned over here along with all the details. It also gives you the link to the page that it has refer to give you this response. Let's say if you can, if you are sort of fetching the info, sort of inserting multiple websites at a time as well, it will be able to fetch information from each one of them and then give you the accurate links also, so that you can understand. You can also sort of uh, factually understand the data's, the responses which is coming back, and it will be data backed up as well, right? It will give you the link from where it is fetching this informations and giving you the responses as well. So similarly, what it will do is that this particular option gives you the steps it is shown, right? It first goes to the search part, then goes to the generate answer part. But before going to the generate answer part, there's another loop which goes to the invoke watsonx.ai part and then gives you a response. If you don't want to see all this, then go to the preview part. Okay, let's say if there is a this particular chatbot is already residing on the particular blog, this particular part. Okay, how it will work. Okay, that's what is shown in the preview section. Now let me ask a question. Let me ask this particular question. Let's say if you want to understand Mark's code in practice test and you want to see all the data which is there inside Mark's code in practice test. Let's ask this question. What are the Mark's code in the practice test? Let me ask this question and let's see what sort of response it's able to generate. It will take a couple of seconds because it has to apply the OCR capabilities, the feature, and then extract again. In this case, if you see, the data is present, first of all, in the image format. That too, again, within it, there's a table which is mentioned. And within the table section, there are text or the text-oriented information which are present. So it has to work on three things at a time. Okay. Whether it's able to see the response, see, it's still able to fetch the response in a very easy manner. See, 80, 70, 90, 75, 95, 80, 70, 95, 85, 75. All these informations are being extracted from here itself. See, very easily. And that's it. I hope this entire explanation was apt and understandable. You can also ask the tool to, let's say, summarize. Let's say summarize the entire uh, web page. Okay. Let's see what sort of response it's able to provide us. Okay, let me ask the question in a different manner. Summarize the linear regression model. Okay. It's analyzing everything and see, given me a very simple response. See, it has sort of summarized the entire blog into such a small chunk. That's the capabilities, and that's it, guys. Uh, let me let me take you to the end screen. This is the one. Okay, yeah. I hope everything was fine, and that's it, guys. To make sure that you like the video, to share it with your friends if you love this particular demonstration, and subscribe to my channel to learn about the new things which are going in the generative AI world. At the same time, learn more about AI in general. And like every time, I would like to close this entire video by saying that keep reimagining data with AI. Until next time, I'll meet you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Goodbye. Bye bye.